Good morning. Happy Monday, and welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Chump Change. This is live recorded. For anybody that might be new here, what we do is typically go over crypto news. I update myself, bring you guys along for the ride. Let's see who's in the chat, and then let's get into this. Mr. Mullah Miner, good to see you. We have Andrew Masad on the house. Jim C, Backwards Miner. Why are you invisible? You're not invisible, buddy. You are an avid supporter. I appreciate you. Chris Hanley, Crypto KJ, good to see you. We have All Set Miner, Black Hat Team, Rob Mines, my man, good to see you. Steven Cicero, Game with Smokey Dan, Alexander, Miss Pocket Change, as always, the lovely wife. Let's get into this, see what the market is looking like today. Anybody else I may have missed, I apologize. Good morning, Integra guy. All right, Bitcoin looking like 51,315. We have Ethereum over $3,000, looking pretty good. Solana is at 101. We have XRP at 53 cents. Kaspa is taking a bit of a dip today at 16 cents. I mean, it's still up there. It's still high, right? ETC 26.8 looks like it's pumping a little bit, not too bad. We have Filecoin down to $7.89. I'm not sure what it was at actually, but it's down 5% on the day. LTC just under 70 bucks at 69.83. Let's see, what is this? Flare, is that Flare? 4 cents, 4.6, up 18.23%. I'm gonna click into this. It is Flare. Weird. All right, let's see. Anything else? Nothing else really popping out at me. But it is a Monday, so you guys know how Mondays go. All right, let's check it out over here. Crypto bubbles on the day. Biggest earner is going to be Flare right here, 18.2%. We have Theta up 8.8%. Render is down 5.7%. We have again Kaspa down 7.4%. Let's see, WorldCoin down 9.2% on the day. We have MNT, which is Mantle, up 8.2%. Vet is up 8.6%. Let's see, Ape. Is anybody into this still? ApeCoin? Man, I didn't think a lot of people were still into that. $1.95. I didn't realize that was still on the top 100. Neat. HNT is down 3.6%. Let's see. If you guys have any questions in the chat, please feel free to ask. Good morning, Mr. Game with Smokey Dan. Appreciate you, buddy. All right, let's check out the week real quick. What's the biggest earner on the week? Looks to be Uniswap. I think Uniswap has what was it? They announced something to do with their stakers. I forget. I'm not a big DeFi guy, but Uniswap pumped pretty crazy. The 2 days ago, I think it was like 50% up. It was nuts. AGIX 28.4% on the week. This is Singularity Net. Kaspa, I guess, is down 7.7 on the week. Interesting. AR, what's this? Arweave up 16% on the week. Filecoins up 17.3% on the week. Not too bad. Happy Monday. All right, flashbang. Let's check out the Fear and Greed Index. Looking like a 72 over here. You guys know I don't worry about it until it's about over 75, but to be honest, we've been pushing the 75, 76, 77 mark, and the sentiment in the market really hasn't changed much. Again, this is just kind of a collective overall of the crypto market. I thought I was just gonna freeze. My music just skipped on me. That was weird. Anyways, this is a collective overall of the market, and yeah, it takes everything from, you know, YouTube, like just any on websites and just shit like that. So it kind of gets a collective overall consensus of where the market's looking. All right, top 10 coins by coin market cap over on CoinGecko. We have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, Solana, Lido Staked Ether, XRP, USDC, Cardano, and Avalanche. I feel like something changed. I felt weird saying all that. Is XRP higher than it was? Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Or Lido Staked Ether. Weird. Anyways, those are the top 10 coins. Dogecoin looks like it's in 12th still. Looking like Shiba in 20th. Litecoin in 22nd. Just kind of like to glance through these quick. Kaspa still in the top 30, but it's literally on the line of 30 at a $3.7 billion market cap. It's actually real close to Ethereum Classic. Look at that. Ethereum Classic is in 29th. Steven Cicero, you are disgusting, sir. Oh, you're wondering where this is, Mr. Andrew Masad. We got our crystal ball. This is the Magic 8 Ball. This will tell you anything you need to know. If you guys have any questions, we'll ask it later. We'll see where the market's going. We'll just ask that. Perfect. We all need one. All right, let's see. All set. Good morning, buddy. Good morning. All right, let's get into the mining segment of things. You guys know I like to timestamp this stuff. See where we were at, you know, this time next, or maybe last year, I guess, right? Next year we'll come back and look. Looking like the IB Link BMKS Max 11 terahash unit making $105 a day. The WinMiner K9 10.3 terahash making $103 a day. We have the KS3 8 terahash unit from Ice River. They get 79 bucks a day. KS3M, $56 a day. I don't know why I always skip over the ant miners, the Bitmain ones, but I do, so whatever. The KS2 2 terahash unit from Ice River is $18.79. We have the Jasminer X16P. Shout out to Jingle Mining. 5.8 gigahashes over here. ETC and ZIL is most profitable at $18.15. I'm not sure if Max actually sent this out to Panda yet. I'm wondering if he still got it. Mr. Max, if you're here, let me know. I'm not sure. Oh yes, Ron McKay, the KS5. KS5 is not on the list yet, but the KS5 is supposed to be a 21 terahash unit, so it's going to be over $200 a day. But guys, please. All right. I don't really want to get into this too much, but the $30,000 for that thing, that ain't worth it. It's just not. Like, even if you're gonna get your money back, you know, fairly quick, right? What's the what is it? Payback time. Okay, look at the WinMiner K9. 4.9 months, right? It's like 5 months or so, right? And that's if the price Kaspa stays here, yada yada, right? All right, cool. Once it's after that point, yeah, you'll be making some money, right? Then it's all in the green, but you're still trying to pay yourself back until that. For me, it's too risky. I would rather just take the 30K if I had that much money and just put it into Kaspa. That like, if I was gonna buy a machine for that much, hell no. Like, with the amount of failure rates they've had on Kaspa machines, F that. Not worth the risk. I would rather just put it all into Kaspa. You know what I mean? It just makes way more sense, and I think you'd make way more money, like, right off the bat. And then you can just do whatever you want with the profits, right? It just makes sense. I don't know. That's just, it's a lot. Yeah, it's 30K plus duty fees, and that's the problem too. You're paying duties, and the duty tax is freaking insane. It's like, what, 20% something? I don't even know. It's probably more than that, actually. I forget, to be honest. All right, let's look. Let's see, where are we at? KS1, I don't know if I said this already, but we have $9.39 per day. I wonder if that other SDR coin, Cedra coin, is still more profitable than Kaspa on their own units. Let's we'll go over there and see in a second. We have the Bitmain Antminer L7 9050 Litecoin and Dogecoin merge mining machine at $4.19 per day. We have, let's see, Jasminer X4Q. I got this thing going to unMineable to stack Neoxa. I'm at 920,000 now. I am almost at a million. Almost. A couple more days, probably Wednesday or Thursday, I'll have a million. Pretty sweet to accomplish my goal. That was my goal, to get a million Neoxa this year. Not James, what's up, buddy? All right, we have the Ice River Kaspa KS0 Pro 200 gigahash unit, still making $2 a day. Man, these machines, like, I feel like I can't go wrong with these. They've been awesome. They really have been killing it for me. Knock on wood. If I had wood here somewhere, I'd knock on it, but hopefully nothing happens. But these things have been doing pretty good. Let's see, Mr. Ron McKay in the chat, my man. He said duties. Yes, I did. Code. Oh man, you guys kill me. All right, that's it. Let's move over. Over to hashrate.no. I want to see, is Cedra coin on top of the charts? Ooh, look at this. Now it's at neck and neck. Oh, this is the KS5's on here. Look at that. All right, so they got the KS5 looking like Kaspa and Cedra coin top of the charts. $235 a day. Look at that. Look at that. The BMKS Max looks like it's 119 for Kaspa and 117 for Cedra. Crazy. I knew that profitability wasn't going to last, but hey, we might have another spike, so who knows? I mean, if it's actually true, then we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see. These streams are getting dirty. What is wrong with you, Crypto KJ? Get out of here, you weirdo. All right, let's go to GPUs. Cedra coin has fallen off the charts. All right, Ironfish. You know what's funny? Ironfish top of the charts. We were talking about this on Saturday Night Live and how Ironfish is like a giant scam. Because if you guys remember, they came out at like $150 per coin, and then they just completely took a shit. Does anybody remember that? As soon as it was listed, it came out at like $150, and now it's at like $2. So I don't know. I wouldn't be into mining Ironfish, but that's just me. You guys do what you want. Nexa and Pyron on the top of the charts as well. Hyper and Lithium looks like it's there. Chlor is doing pretty well. We have NXL and Conflux and Radiant for the 3090. Look at that. Nice. Nice. So kind of a plethora of coins today. Not too bad. NXL, it's nice to see NXL still on top of the charts for some of the GPUs, to be honest. That's another fork of Kaspa. All right, let's get into the news of the day because I need to enjoy my coffee. A spot Ethereum ETF is a matter of when, not a matter of if. Grayscale CEO Michael Sonnenschein, is that how you say that? I think that's how you say his name. Anyways, guys, that like button, appreciate you for hanging out. Let's get into it.
Coinbase calling on the SEC to approve Grayscale's application to launch a spot Ethereum ETF in a letter to the SEC. Coinbase chief lawyer saying, quote, Ether's proof of stake has demonstrably strong governance that exhibits robust characteristics.
Demonstrably. That's a word.
Characteristics across ownership concentration, consensus, liquidity, and governance, mitigating risks of fraud and manipulation. Joining us right now is Grayscale CEO Michael Sonnenschein. It's not that often when one of your competitors says, hey, go help these folks.
Well, we do have an application on file. Grayscale sponsors ticker ETHE,
right. Grayscale
Ethereum Trust, largest Ethereum fund in the world. An spot Ethereum ETF is a matter of when, not a matter of if. And
you say that because with such confidence.
I say that with confidence because my team has been doing the tough work to move this industry forward, work constructively with regulators, focus on disclosure, investor protections, and that's been true for Bitcoin. Proud of the work we did with GBTC, and now
do you think? Look, it took a lawsuit to get Gary Gensler to back down on this, right? I mean, and we just had Gary here recently, and you saw that interview. I'd love to get your reaction to it, but clearly, left to his own devices, this is not the outcome that he would have preferred. Mm-hmm. I think that's, at least in between the lines, that's what I think he has said.
Well, he actually wrote a pretty strong dissenting letter
right.
Around this and really focused on the Grayscale lawsuit the day that the approvals for spot Bitcoin ETFs came out.
And so, which then begs the question, on the Ethereum front, if that is to move forward in a meaningful way, does that require another suit?
It's too early to say. It's too early to say. I think we have a similar dynamic in the market where the SEC has allowed for and approved Ethereum futures ETFs to come to market. The data suggests in a very similar way to Bitcoin that spot Bitcoin and Bitcoin futures have an inextricable tie. The markets have a 99.9% correlation. Same is true around Ethereum. And so we do have a very similar dynamic here.
Give us just a little bit of a behind the scenes over the last month and a half. Since this has now happened, there have been outflows from your firm, a lot of inflows apparently to BlackRock and some of the others. I also now seeing your ads on subways and other places. How has the business even changed?
Well, that was a good question. I wonder if it gets into the we're so noble type thing with what's it called, the interest rates being like stupid high. We went to bat for the crypto industry, so people are going to trust us more.
I think it's about audience, right? I think that GBTC's uplisting, having come to the New York Stock Exchange, paved the way for all these other issuers to come to market as well.
There it is. This guy, like, I hate that attitude he has about that. We paved the way. It was us. It was all us. We took them to court. You guys didn't.
We opened the opportunity for a much larger audience of investors to participate in this asset class for the first time. The products are functioning very, very well, tight spreads, closely tracking the underlying Bitcoin. So it's been a major success.
But strategically for you, is your goal to get more inflows or frankly just to prevent outflows, given that you were the leader in this space to begin with?
Well, I think it's actually, the question we're actually getting mostly from investors now is where else should they be investing, right? A lot of investors were able to benefit from being in Bitcoin as early as they were because we were in Bitcoin as early as we were. And so they're looking across the rest of the Grayscale product family at other assets, at other areas of the market, and where they can get involved in diversifying their crypto exposure.
Okay, so what does that look like then to you?
Well, so we're seeing investors actually taking note of Ethereum, right, ticker ETHE, but Grayscale now has, well over a dozen products in the market, and we're seeing robust trading volumes there, investors looking to deploy capital in other areas of the market, some of them even taking a sector-based approach to their crypto investing.
Do you think your company, given where you are in this space, is an independent firm 2 years from now? I ask because we now have a dozen companies that effectively are now trying to be in your space. BlackRock, of course, sort of rolling in at a very aggressive speed.
Sure.
You do have an enormous amount of money under management, if you will, but part of strategically you have to sort of deal with is this idea that they could go elsewhere. You have fees that are higher than most of the others. Would it make sense for you to be with somebody else?
It could. I would be lying if I didn't say that those types of conversations and those opportunities over time have started to present themselves at Grayscale. I think the investment community as a whole really took note of the Grayscale lawsuit and the victory that we had in that lawsuit. And so, you know, our eyes and ears are open, and sometimes people are approaching us about strategically working together, but nothing to announce this morning.
On the Bitcoin front, is your sense, I mean, we haven't gotten to a place where all the advisors are all approved yet to be offering this as a product. 6 months from now, they may. How does that change the balance of all of this? When are we going to see, I mean, we're seeing meaningful trading, but maybe are we going to see lots and lots of trading? Is there still this huge like hodler community? And then what does that mean to this long term in terms of pricing?
Well, I do think the advised market is very, very important for Bitcoin, for crypto in general. It's about $40 trillion worth of advised wealth here in the U.S. Over the next couple of months, I do think you will see these products begin to get approved on advisory platforms. And, you know, even just yesterday, my team was holding a seminar in Dallas with investment professionals. And it's clear that there is still a knowledge gap amongst those professionals as to how to approach these conversations with their clients. So for us, it's a reminder that we have to educate advisors because they're either scared, they don't know how to approach this, it's so different from everything else they invest in, or they're getting added pressure from their clients, seeing the returns, seeing what having this exposure in those portfolios can do, and we have to bridge that gap for them.
And that's going to be a huge catalyst, actually bridging the gap with, say, like companies like New York Life. You have like a Roth IRA or something that you want to invest a portion of it into you know, crypto or Bitcoin, right? The ETFs, and these companies aren't onboarding their customers yet. It's going to be massive in the next upcoming months. I'm sure of it. All right, let's get into this 100x crypto altcoin. Good luck, LOL. For Mr. Lark Davis, if you guys don't know who he is, I have a link in the description to his channel. Go check him out. Let's see real quick. Somebody asked me if I was mining Cedra. I was. I am not any longer. I got like 50K, and I'm just holding it until if it pops, I'll sell it. Not a hodl coin for me. All right, let's get into this. Hit that like button, guys. Appreciate you all. Hate asking, but YouTube makes me.
100x crypto gains. I feel sometimes like every other thumbnail on YouTube is promising that you're going to make 100x crypto gains.
So true.
But the reality is that the vast majority of you watching will never hit 100x, and it doesn't particularly
would have been funnier if it had like a hobbyist face, the open mouth.
matter. I don't want to say that as like
I would have died.
You suck at investing, you're never going to make money. No, you can do really well at investing. You can make a lot of money, and having this idea that you need to hit 100x, sometimes even a bit unrealistic, if we're being honest here. But I want to break down why a 10x in this market is a near certainty for a lot of people. 25x is a lot easier than you realize, and 100x is pretty damn hard, almost impossible for a lot of investors to even think about getting.
That's kind of what you guys need to understand too. People getting into crypto, like so many people are looking for like impossible gains, and it's yeah, I mean, I don't know. So like we were talking about this a little bit on Saturday Night Live, right? Like there's better opportunity in altcoins, but like Bitcoin is more of a sure thing. So like I'm kind of between a rock and a hard place myself with investing more into the market. I want to put a big chunk into Bitcoin. I think that's the best and safest move. But yeah, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think about it. Leave comments below, obviously after you watch Saturday Night Live. Let me know what you guys think about it. Andrew Masada, I did not watch his latest video. I haven't even watched this one, to be honest.
Why that's the case and why it doesn't necessarily even matter to get 100x. Change your brain here a little bit. Let's talk about 10x's. Look, here's the deal. In a bull market, and we're early in the bull market, okay? But from here to the raging peak of the bull market, everything is going to 10x, except maybe like Bitcoin's going like 5x from here, or 4x from here, Ethereum 4 or 5x from here, whatever, okay? But like everything.
That's like the top 10 coins, right? Top 10 coins are only going to get so much. I mean, their market caps can only go so high, right? What is it? $1 billion market cap right now for Hold on, let me see. Let's check real quick. Hold on. Let's see. Scroll up here a bit just to kind of give you guys a gist, right? So we have $1 trillion market cap for Bitcoin, $367 billion market cap for Ethereum. So I mean, realistically, a 5x would be a $5 trillion market cap. Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? That's crazy. There's only so much you can go up, right? So yeah, 2x. I mean, kind of a sure thing for me, but that's it.
Anything else?
And he said 4 to 5x on it. Yeah. Yep.
It's gonna like 10x from here. A lot of the coins out of the top 10, they're all gonna 10x at least. Your mid caps 10x, your low caps 10x at least. Many cases much more. Think about this. Here's some numbers for you. The total market cap of all cryptocurrencies, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, is around 550, 600, $500 billion, depending on the price when you're watching this video. Now, back in 2021, we hit a...
That's it? $500 billion for everything except for Bitcoin and Ethereum included? Wow. I thought it was more than that.
Market peak of $1.2 trillion for that. So we're about 50% below that currently. So even just to go back to that previous high, we have to add an extra $600 billion in total market cap for altcoins. Just that move alone is going to 10x basically every mid cap. So you don't even have to try very hard. You just have to put your money in halfway decent coins and wait. Now, let's say we exceed the previous all-time high for altcoin market cap and we go up to $2 trillion or $3 trillion for total market cap for altcoins. It's not an unlikely scenario. Well, in that case, you're going to make a lot more money. You're going to make 25x. And I want to discuss that with you in a moment, but I just want to take a quick second to shout out the Wealth Mastery newsletter, best damn newsletter in the cryptocurrency business. Thank you very much. So, 25x. 25x is interesting because for 25x, you don't have to be super, super early. You don't have to be the first guy through the door believing when nobody else believes in a coin. A good mid cap or a good low cap at this stage in the market can give you 25x returns, which, by the way, a 25x return is absurd. You don't understand how stupid crypto is. For a stock investor to get, heck, 100% returns is like, whoa, I did so well. Oh my gosh. For crypto, it's like, oh, 25x, loser, so boring. This market is so...
That's so true,
so
though.
dumb.
That's so true.
Stupid sometimes. But 25x is a very, very real possibility. If you get the good low caps, get the good mid caps, not the crap ones. You guys know there's some real shit coins out there, but try to find ones that have some kind of token velocity, some kind of use case for the token, some kind of halfway decent backers, and you're probably going to do okay because, again, when we go from $600 billion market cap to a $3 trillion market cap for all altcoins, everything is going to pump, just some more than others. So getting that 25x, it's not so unattainable. A lot of people are going to...
It's very risky. It's very risky.
Do it. Now, a lot of people are going to round trip their bags too, right? But a lot of people will do it. Look,
a lot of people are going to round trip their bags. What he means by that is they're going to hold it all the way up, and then you're going to hold it all the way back down.
In the situation where we go from...
That's because greed is like a real thing. You know, it's human nature. You get greedy and you lose.
$600 billion to $3 trillion. Most coins not named Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to have wild gains. Top 20 coins, less so. Safer plays, sure. But if you want to get the big money, mid caps, low caps, that's where it's going to happen. With risk, obviously. Those coins go to zero, you can lose all your money. Obviously, because it's crypto, man. That's what happens. Now let's talk about the 100x, because this is what everybody wants in crypto.
Control PC says Lurk is a scammer. Lark, you mean? Lark is a scammer? Him? No, I don't think so. But so like maybe some of his content is clickbaity, kind of, maybe, but at the same time, he's got a whole team that makes these video ideas and he just reads them. You know what I mean? Yeah, everyone's a scammer. No, but he's like a multi-millionaire. He's got a lot of Bitcoin, man.
Everybody wants to get the 100x. Right?
He knows what he's doing. He's not stupid.
You want the 100x. I want the 100x. To be able to put in $1,000 and walk away with 100K. What about the 1000x? Put in $100,000 and walk away with $1 million. These numbers seem so absurd. But here's the truth. It happens. It happens to somebody, just probably not you. Everybody wants to be the exception when the truth is that the majority of us are the rule. That hurts, but it's true. Thinking you need to get 100x is often unrealistic. I'm going to tell you guys that. There's going to be a couple of your coins that if you're lucky, you might hit 100x by some dumb luck. But planning to get 100x, unless you have an unfair advantage, right? You can get into the private sales and stuff like this. It's really hard. So you're setting yourself a potentially unrealistic goal to hit that 100x. I've got to hold this coin to 100x. And hey, maybe you're real lucky and it goes 50x and you don't sell it because you're being a stubborn bastard and you won't sell because you got to get 100x. And then you round trip the bag back to zero. Think about that. Think about that. Okay, you're setting
real quick in the chat. So Shakester said, Sode said he doesn't understand how Neoxa is allowed to run on games. He thinks it won't end well. So I don't know if Sode's looked into it a lot, but the Neoxa team, right? They were going to, I think they started doing something with Minecraft, and you know they had, I guess, hoops they had to jump over where the Microsoft thing comes into effect. Like it, they could get in trouble, or they don't want anything to do with crypto, so they don't want to get Neoxa in trouble, so they're not going to open a server and just allow that anymore. So I think they nixed the Minecraft thing, if I'm not mistaken, but like there is rules, but like the games that they choose are basically anybody can build a server type deal. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Setting yourself up for a potentially dangerous trap by getting this psychological hook in your brain. I've got to get 100x on this coin. And for a lot of coins, it's actually completely unrealistic. Some mid caps will hit 100x. Quite a few low caps will hit 100x. Solana's not going to 100x. Avalanche is not going to 100x. Bitcoin's not going to 100x.
I think Solana could 10x. It'd be close to 10x, and I'm sure.
So think about where you're placing your money and what kind of expectations you can have.
Actually, what's Solana's market cap at? Sorry, I'm sorry. I keep pausing this. It's at $44 billion right now. Maybe 10x. Maybe. Be hard, but I'm sure it could. I don't see why not.
Based on that, things have to have adequately low market caps to be able to get these kind of crazy gains, which is why people love meme coins, getting into something at a $50,000 market cap because it's got a dog picture on it. It's dumb, but sometimes you can make money if you can get out before the music stops and there's no chairs left to sit in. Look, this market is highly speculative, and that's why we love it. It's speculative bubbles on just growth hormone steroid craziness all the time.
He's right.
On meth half the time. This market's a crazy place, man. And we love it because of that. But you have to understand the nature of the beast. When you understand the nature of the beast, it makes it a lot easier to coexist with that market beast and benefit from it. When you deny the nature of the beast, you're going to get eaten by that monster every time. This ain't your granddaddy.
Everybody's saying 10x Solana. You know what? I totally forgot. We got a magic 8 ball. We're going to see 10x on Solana. Oh, I can't read it. As I see it, yes. That's what it says. All right, 10x on Solana for sure.
Stock market, okay. This ain't index fund. I'm going to invest in some S&P 500 over here, man. No, this ain't that. This is stuff where everything goes up.
I almost missed the perfect opportunity to use that.
By hundreds of thousands of percent, and then everything crashes by 99% every 4 years. Maybe Wall Street's broken this model to some extent with the BlackRock money coming into Bitcoin and all the rest of it, but until proven otherwise, this is how the market operates. And here's the thing too. Most altcoins are not going 100x. Even if you get a good low cap coin, it's just not going to take off. Thank you,
Meathead. He said, not financial advice, do your own research. Please don't listen to anybody on YouTube, right? For your personal thing. Like, make sure you guys just read up on everything you can. If you're going to take advice from any YouTuber, take advice from a bunch of them, okay? And put them all together. This guy says yes, this guy says no, and then you decide what you want to do, all right? Trust nobody, exactly.
The needle in the haystack is very, very hard. Finding the coin and getting in early enough, that's not easy.
For the record, I don't own much Solana at all, by the way. I own like one, no joke.
And the reality for most of these altcoins is the vast majority of them will not last more than one cycle.
I should, though.
The hot coins you're hearing about today, in 4 years' time, only OGs are going to remember, oh, yeah, I remember when that coin was popular back in the day. I know he's talked about that coin for 4 years, 3 years. It's dead now. Or, there's still somebody, still developers who they're keeping the lights on. Some random exchange somewhere is trading that crap, but nobody cares about it anymore. It's no longer the new paradigm of money. It's the old paradigm of money. And there's a new thing that's new paradigm money. So understand that. Understand that you'll either take your profits, the market will take them for you when the time comes on all these coins. I don't care how hot you think your coin is. The market has a way of humbling your opinion of your coins. Now, to get your 100x, you have to be early. You can hit 100x. I want to be very, very clear about that. It's very possible to hit 100x, just the odds are against you. You have to be early. And the problem with being early is that being early is risky and scary. You have to be in a coin when basically everybody thinks it's a scam and will go to zero. And it could be a scam and go to zero. That's the problem. Getting in really, really.
That's so true. That's so true. You have to be so early on these coins to hit that big of a, like, kind of like Kaspa, right? When it first came out, you don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen, but like, how many millionaires did that make? A lot, to be honest, a lot. It's crazy.
Really early when something's like a $5 or $10 million market cap is hard.
But for the record, I believe in Kaspa, what they're doing. It's just a lot of these coins, though, if you're in early, man, you can make out pretty well.
Hard, and it's scary, and it's a risky time to be putting your money in. So you can't put in too much money. So you have 1 or 2 or 3% of your portfolio in this high risk coin, and you hope it does well. And probably it's going to go to zero. But maybe you found
it's kind of like playing with penny stocks if you think about it, right? It literally is like playing with penny stocks. Like, it's a very high volatility, high risk. You don't know if it's completely going to disappear tomorrow. Just don't put in more than you can afford to lose. Pretty much why I'm like, okay, I kind of want to take a chunk, put it back into Bitcoin, because you know what? For me personally, 2x is fine. I'll take a 2x, right? If I can get a 2x and it's almost a guaranteed sure thing, why wouldn't I do it, right? I don't know.
Found the needle in the haystack, and it does start pumping. Good. Well, you found it. You got in early. Then you have to believe, because until it gets real momentum, everyone's going to keep calling it a scam. People, you're going to hear it on your time. Oh, can't believe people are investing. Only idiots invest in that coin. Those same people, by the way, in 12 months.
Dude, you guys are hearing that static? I thought it was just me and my freaking headphones. Well, I'm sorry. I got to figure out what the hell that is. It's one of my cords then, because I've been hearing it in my headphones too. I apologize if you guys could hear that.
Saying, oh, only geniuses buy this coin. It's up 2,000%. This is how human psychology works, okay? You have to be a contrarian. You have to be willing to believe and to hold. And you have to be willing to hold when the going gets tough. Because here's the thing. If you have a $10 million market cap coin, you are going to have people who hold $200,000-$300,000 worth of that token. And when it goes up to $20 million, they suddenly have $600,000 or $700,000. They dump. Like crazy people, sometimes they just dump and the price starts going down. Other people dump in panic, and you see that thing pull down 50%. And all of a sudden you're like, I'm an idiot. I should have sold. So I'm going to sell too. The ability to hold a 100x coin to 100x is really, really hard, because especially in the early months, in year or two, the volatility can be absolutely insane. You should be ready for regular 50, 60, 70% drawdowns on this thing. You have to look at it as it's either going to go up to truckloads of money or it's going to go to zero almost. And here's the other thing. Let's say you get into that $10 million market cap coin, you time it right, you're early, you hold through some stuff, and you're up at 10x now. The brain, the lizard brain, is going to switch on, and it's going to go, hey man, what's up? That 10x you got there, it's looking pretty sexy, brah. Just take some money on it. Take some profits, man. Just sell it all. There's a hot new coin anyway you want to buy. Just sell it now. That's the hard.
You know, I feel like that a lot with in the last bull market, right? I wanted to sell some of the shit that I had, just holding my long-term holdings, but at the same time, it's like I have a goal and I want to get to a certain point, and then I ended up holding it all the way down, and it's like stupid. Could have just sold it when I should have sold it and bought back in. That would have been the smart move, but nobody knows. Again, you don't have a crystal ball, but I do have an 8-ball, so just saying.
Part when you start being in profits on stuff, you want to sell, which is not always a bad idea, by the way. Sometimes taking that 10x and walking away is the right call, but we're talking about getting 100x here, okay? So that requires you to not sell when it's at 10x or 20x or 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 or 80 or 90x profits. What kind of utter stupidity is this? You don't take any money off the table because you're a crazy person. You're waiting for it to say 100x.
X.
This is the kind of balls of steel that are required to get to 100x, and the ballet of emotions that you're going to experience on the ride up to 100x.
And that's when people lose money, because you get nervous, like, shit, I missed my opportunity, now the shit's going to zero, and then, you know, you sell out on the way down, and stupid move.
I'm not even sure 100x is that desirable, man. Too stressful. The numbers get too big when suddenly this random altcoin is now 75% of your portfolio because you haven't taken any profits on it. You're 80x in profit and everything else is like tiny, and you have so much risk on the table. It can really start to screw your head up. Look, a much more practical approach for a lot of investors is going to be start laddering out some profits as the price goes up. So when that thing hits a 10x, you take your initials out. When that thing goes up another 10x, you take out, I don't know, 10, 15% of the position to put some money in your pocket, in your bank, so you win. Because if it goes to zero tomorrow because of a hack or some crap like that, then it doesn't matter because you won. You took your money out. You made some money. You took profits. Always remember this. If you are looking at something and you're looking at life-changing money, change your life. Because that life-changing money might not be there tomorrow. That's the nature of crypto. The market turns much faster than you think it does. Coins get hacked, liquidity positions get hacked, bridges get hacked. Your coin can go down real fast. It's not even the fault of your coin. They had a bunch of liquidity on some bridge. That gets drained. Price drops 50, 60%. Everybody's, oh, that coin's a big scam now. And it's over. Doesn't matter how good the tech was, how honest the team was. They got screwed by somebody else. This stuff happens all the time in crypto. All the time. It's a wild market. It's an early market. In many ways, it's still the Wild West. There's a few sheriffs in town now compared to 2017, but man, it's still the Wild West. There's still a lot of people dying of dysentery on the Oregon Trail here. So if you have this position...
It's an Oregon Trail reference. You guys remember that? You kill a buffalo with a pebble.
You can reduce a lot of stress and risk by continually laddering out of that position. But then, hey, you're not going to get your 100x, or maybe you hold some of the bag to 100x, then you get to 100x, and you're like, man, I should have held the entire bag. But you don't know. You can't predict the future. You would have never known that that coin was for sure going to hit 100x. You were managing your risk by taking money out as it went up, reducing the stress of the position size. Because this is the thing. If you go from a position that's worth $10,000 to $1 million, it is stressful to manage. Your brain screws with you hard, man. The lizard brain switches on. The greed switches on. It's hard to think straight. It's hard to sleep at night. And when you wake up and that thing's down $200,000, $250,000 tomorrow, oh, the stress. The stress is crazy. Your odds of getting two 10x's, same amount of money, are a lot higher and potentially a faster move in this fast-moving cryptocurrency market than trying to hold for 100x.
I agree with that.
There's some perspective for you. Very few get the 100x. 1% or less of investors will get 100x ever, let alone consistent, let alone multiple of them. Maybe that's you. Maybe you're already the exception, not the rule. And if so, well, then I guess I'm, not preaching to the choir here to you. But for the rest of everyone listening, take these things into account. Stick with realistic expectations of the market. Manage your risk, take your profits, or the market will take them for you. See you.
Facts. This static is driving me nuts, by the way. It really is. I can't believe you guys can't hear it. I can hear it. I really thought it was just me. I'm glad somebody said that, though. Now I got to figure out which chord it is because it's really bothering me. Anyways, guys, yeah, let me know what is your 10x coin. I want to know in the chat. Throw it in the chat. Just one coin. Pick one. What's your 10x? Yeah, you might not be able to hear it with headphones, really. Like, I can hear it faintly when I'm speaking, so I know it's my Go XLR cable. I have to swap it out after this, and it only started after me and the wife did the podcast, so I plugged in the other microphone, and I don't know if something got screwed up, but I don't know, I'll figure it out. Anyways, all right, Deepin crypto is exploding. Let's see what Mr. Altcoin Daily has to say over here. I have not watched this, so I apologize. If there's any shilling, I will try to skip over it if there is. Let's do it. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's read what you guys are saying. Jasmine, you know what? Jasmine, DJ Death Star. By the way, shout out to you. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I don't know why my Streamlabs thing isn't working. If you remember Oregon Trail, you're probably old. Also, there is Oregon Trail coin. Is there really? That's hysterical. And I'm 35, just so you know. Flux, good to see you, buddy. I mean, good to see you. Why did I say good to see you? What am I saying? God, you threw me off bad. All right, anyways, Flux is your 10x coin. Lithium, Raven. We have Rose. What is Rose? Rose. I've never even heard of that. Rose. Mew coin. I mean, Mew. Is that Meow coin? That's Meowcoin, you bastard. No, not that. Definitely not that one. There it is. That was delayed as shit. That was delayed. Thank you for the $5 super chat.
Star donated $5 through super chat. If you remember Oregon Trail, you are probably old.
That was great.
Also, there is the Oregon Trail coin lol.
I'm glad that came through. Why was that so delayed? All right, anyways, let's move on. Let's do it.
DePIN, decentralized physical infrastructure. This is the next big thing in crypto.
DePIN's going to be huge this bull run for sure.
Like NFTs in 2021, like AI in 2023, DePIN crypto technology. This is about to boom. Everybody is saying that this is the next big thing. Example, Travis Kling, the founder and chief investment officer at Ikigai Asset Management Fund, he is so bullish on DePIN. Listen.
What would you say?
Oh, it's hysterical. So I set up all those new alerts, and I got the one for crypto donations is hysterical, but I don't know why the bot in the chat isn't working, so you guys don't know about it. But yeah, it's so funny.
Or the things that are working or have a shot to change society for the better. Bitcoin, stable coins, those are two things you've mentioned. Are there other things that you're like, hey, there seems to be some progress here, and like if this continues, I could see this having an impact in a positive way?
So I find DePIN to be very interesting.
By the way, Honey is DePIN, right? The AI camera that does like the mapping, and they sell their what's it called? All the, what is it, API? Is that what you'd call it? They sell that to like big companies so they could see like the surrounding area and how many, you know, customers and all this shit there could be. So it's just kind of interesting. DJ Death Star again. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Look up Jasmine. It has made crazy moves recently. I will.
Using a token economy to incentivize real world behavior and actions, I find that to be very interesting.
Using a token to incentivize real world actions.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like mapping.
I want you to understand what this is.
Or Demo, right? Demo's another one. Weather XM, I think, is another one. Is it Weather XM? Is that what it's called? I think, if I'm not mistaken.
DePIN stands for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks. In short, this revolutionary concept.
I did this one for DJ. I actually made it for Panda because he wanted it. Thank you, DJ Death Star.
Connects physical devices in a decentralized manner, empowered by cryptocurrency-based rewards. DePIN projects aim to break free from centralized systems dominated by a select few.
World Mobile Token. What is this one?
Embracing a distributed and participatory ethos, DePIN paves the way for a more inclusive and accessible approach to infrastructure. I want you to understand this, and I really like how CoinMarketCap defines this. Listen.
DePIN refers to infrastructure projects using tokenization to coordinate and incentivize their bootstrapping phase. Individuals build up the supply of the infrastructure in a decentralized manner and get rewarded with token incentives. The key idea is to flip the traditional model on its head. This is the same liquidity incentive principle used in other Web3 sectors, such as DeFi, yield farming, play to earn, or move to earn.
So the traditional way, which DePIN is upending, companies invest tons and tons of capital into infrastructure. It's very capital intensive, very centralized. DePIN crypto startups, some of which I'm going to tell you about today, have less upfront capital costs. They incentivize a community. Then DePIN companies will then monetize once their coverage rate or reach is high enough. So real-world asset narrative and blockchain infrastructure narrative like oracles and RPCs, these are DePIN adjacent, but these are really the main 6 industries that decentralized physical infrastructure is going to upend: compute, wireless, energy, AI, services, and sensors. Listen to this. These are the benefits.
What are the benefits?
Hey, real quick. Hold on. Flux is right here. Compute. Up here on compute. Interesting. So is Octaspace. Those mineable coins, right? Filecoins up here. Anything? Oh, Sia coin. Sia coin's there. Maybe that's why Sia's bumping. Interesting. Just trying to rip around here and see. Hivemapper. There we go. Sensors, that you said? Yeah, Hivemapper's right there. I don't know what the Demo logo is. Is it this one? The M? No. That's not Demo, is it? I could be wrong.
And sensors.
Neoxa? No, I don't think Neoxa was there. Was it there? It was not there. It would be interesting if it was, but I don't see it.
And sensors. Listen to this. These are the benefits.
What are the benefits of decentralized physical infrastructure, or DePIN? DeepIn's declared goal is to create a more equitable and efficient process to bootstrap infrastructure networks compared to legacy companies' top-down, capital-intensive approach. So if you ask Web3 VCs like Multicoin Capital, they will extol the following benefits of the decentralized approach. You can build infrastructure 10 to 100x faster. It is better synced to hyper-local market needs. It can be far more cost-effective. It can be scaled across jurisdictions in a permissionless way. The network is credibly neutral and collectively owned. Blockchains support frictionless micropayments and integration with DeFi.
So what are the top DeepIn coins in the cryptocurrency space today? Comment your thoughts below. I'm going to be reading your comments. Let me give you my list. First one, very low cap gem, Wi-Fi maps. Basically distributed decentralized Wi-Fi, all your connectivity needs in one place, bringing internet access and lifestyle services to everybody everywhere in a single super app. What exactly is Wi-Fi map? Wi-Fi
Is he chilling right now? I was trying to fix a microphone. I wasn't paying attention.
Map is a successful Web 2 company with an 8-year track record turned Web 3. They've been in business since 2014.
I think I fixed
Wi-Fi
it.
Map
Maybe.
already has 4 million monthly active users, over 150 million app downloads, over 1 billion Wi-Fi connections, and of course, a real working product that millions of people use every day. This is DeepIn. So if you participate in this, you can connect and earn, get cash back, redeem your points, tip, trade, a lot of things you can do. What pain points is Wi-Fi Map looking to solve? What is Wi-Fi Map's mission?
What kind of big pain points are you looking to solve with Wi-Fi Map in terms of how the current kind of travel and connectivity space looks today?
So myself,
Has
I'm
anybody else heard of this Wi-Fi map?
a strong believer that internet is very similar to water. Unfortunately, I know that people are paying for water in today's world, but ideally, you know, stuff like water, internet, they should be available and accessible to everyone, regardless how much money they have, religion,
Never heard of it.
and so on. So I think it's somewhat of a fundamental right. I'll start with that. And anything that myself or my team can do to solve that problem, to bring that internet to the next billion people, you know, we're all in. That's our #1 mission. We're not a Facebook, we're not a Snapchat.
It's called Wi-Fi map. Is that what it is? Let me see. No, I still have a static. God damn it. Wi-Fi map. Oh, there it is. What is it? 12 cents. What's the max chart on this thing? Is that it? Yeah, it came out in April 6th, 2023. All-time high. It says it's around, this is according to CoinGecko. 5 cents. Sorry, 50 cents. 50 cents. Huh. Interesting. Never heard of it.
We're still in that utility space, right? So we kind of are being used on as needed basis. I always compare us to this flashlight on your phone, so to speak. Like it's that crucial feature that you never want to delete, but you kind of only use it when the need arises.
We have to put Helium on this list. Helium means people-powered networks, like a wireless revolution. The Helium network represents a paradigm shift for decentralized wireless infrastructure. See, Helium's always staying in the news. Helium has big backers and users behind it. And
if Helium didn't like ruin the taste in my mouth for it, could have been a good thing. But yeah, no.
You know, I have friends who have Helium infrastructure in their house and are doing this. Travis Kling says Helium is like his #1 pick.
Explain a little bit for those that don't know DeepIn and like what it is with these like physical infrastructure.
Yeah. I think the headline project to me is Helium, which I think is objectively one of the most successful projects in crypto history. They ship, I don't know, 1 point something million.
Did you just say successful projects in crypto history? This guy's an idiot.
Of these pieces of hardware. People set up these pieces of hardware, and then late last year they partnered with T-Mobile, and you can
just don't forget that they burnt everybody on those sales.
Now get a $20 a month 5G Wi-Fi plan that is powered by these hardware units that people get paid in these tokens to set up and operate to provide this 5G Wi-Fi network.
I mean, it is a good project overall, right? But they fucked up at the beginning. There's no beating around the bush there. They screwed up.
Very interesting. And you know, shipping 1-point-something million hardware units, you know, that's just a real.
Or are they talking about helium? Is it helium mobile? Is that what they're talking about? Maybe we're talking about helium 5G. Okay, different helium. I don't know the difference then.
Short list of any projects.
I hear helium and they all suck.
Have ever done anything like that, and providing a $20 a month 5G Wi-Fi. That's just real world use case that, you know, it's just a real short list of crypto projects that have ever done something like that. So I think that's interesting.
Look, guys, I would also put Filecoin, who just integrated with Solana, Render for really differentiating itself, rendering video files in a very high level.
Render,
I'd also
I think,
put
has a good
Theta Network
choice.
on this list. All three of those.
Render has a good chance for sure.
Filecoin, Render, and Theta Network. We've talked about those before. I'm not going to talk about them in depth here, but these three make our list. Any coin we talk about, you can buy, sell, or trade any of these crypto coins on today's list on Bybit exchange. Make an account on Bybit, claim up.
Showing that for sure.
Coin. I might suggest Jackal, a blockchain delivering actually decentralized storage. If you want, quote unquote, the next Filecoin, I might suggest Jackal.
Jackal, has anybody heard of that?
Blockchain delivering actually decentralized storage to all blockchains. Turn your hardware wallet into an infinite USB drive. And of course, there is no other Render. There is no other Theta Network. They're both at the top of what they do. I don't know whoever the next competitor down is to either of these is a far second, in my opinion. Storage, very interesting to me. This one's kind of an oscillator, right? This one's kind of an oscillator, it looks like. You know, this token goes all the way back to the dark ages. Taking a look at their social medias, they're still very active, still very much continuing to build out. Orchid Protocol. See, we all remember IOTA, the Internet of Things. Orchid Protocol is basically where I think the Internet of Things should be. Orchid is a decentralized marketplace for internet services that aim to provide the building blocks for a better, freer internet. Hey, you let me know which coins we need to...
Interesting. Shout out to Altcoin Daily for that, even though they shill a little bit in there, and they're probably going to shill on this one too, but we can't forget, understand Bitcoin in 8 minutes. This is Michael Saylor. I thought it was important to watch. Let's get into it. See what he's going to say over here. Guys, that like button, please. Appreciate you for hanging out, but I hate asking. YouTube makes me.
So do you know what a blockchain is? What is blockchain technology? What are the differences between Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a bunch of other cryptocurrencies? What is a Bitcoin wallet? What is an exchange? Why don't you break this down simply for people like me that don't fully understand?
This is one of the best Bitcoin explanations of all time.
Here to break it all down, MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor is with us.
Watching just 8 minutes will literally make you an expert.
All right, from a distance, I have been following you. I have been studying you.
So if you have a friend or family member that doesn't quite understand Bitcoin, send him or her this. They will thank you.
Why don't you break this down simply for people like me that don't fully understand it?
Okay. Well, let's start with the basic principle. People came to the United States for two things: property and freedom. And Bitcoin represents property and freedom to 8 billion people. Satoshi created a computer program that would run in a distributed fashion on computers all around the earth. And that program creates 21 million virtual coins in cyberspace. The way it works is he created perfect digital gold on an open monetary network. And so that means if you wanted to save $1,000 and you wanted to have it beyond the reach of a company, a CEO, a government, a bank, and you wanted to have personal custody of it, you could have that with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a technical solution to give 8 billion people property rights. If I can own $100 in my hand as easily as I can own $1 billion. And we've never had that in the history of the human race.
That's a good point, actually.
What does it mean to El Salvador? Well, at El Salvador, you have a bunch of people that don't have a bank, and they don't have assets, and they don't have access to Wall Street. So when their relatives remit money back to El Salvador, they lose 10% of their money through money transfer agents. Once they get the money, they lose 10 to 20% of its value a year because they're storing it in a currency, not in an asset. The exciting thing about Bitcoin is Bitcoin lets you save your money in an asset that goes up in value, and it lets you move that asset at the speed of light all around the planet. And what the president of El Salvador realized is, using the Bitcoin network, they could cut $1 billion of cost in remittances every year to their people. they could put themselves on the world's first digital monetary network. And instead of their people losing 10 to 20% of their value a year and 10% when they move it, they're going to actually make money, and they're going to be able to move that value around for free.
Michael, let me ask you this. I mean, because you talk a lot about the history of sound money and other cryptocurrencies, but you really think it's Bitcoin. You think Bitcoin is the breakout for a reason. Why over, say, Ethereum or any other one?
Bitcoin is the dominant crypto asset network. It's the oldest, it's the strongest, it's the most secure, and it was engineered to do one thing well, which is to keep track of 21 million virtual coins in cyberspace.
Since the moment of inception with Bitcoin, there's never been a missed or bad transaction, rather, on the network, on the digital ledger, right? So that can't be said for any banks or anything.
Other cryptos are applications, and application networks are focused upon functionality or performance. Bitcoin is optimized for durability, integrity, security. If I want to store $1 billion for 1,000 years, I don't want a lot of bells and whistles on it. I just want to know it's secure and nobody's going to change it. So,
dude moves weird, or he has a 20 FPS camera. You know what? To be honest, he sits like a robot. He really does. He sits stiff as shit and only like moves his head. It's weird.
So why Bitcoin? Because Satoshi started with a model of gold, and then he got rid of all the defects of gold. If you took gold and you said you can't mine anymore, you can't use it for jewelry, and nobody can rehypothecate it or short it, and you could take personal custody of it in your head, and no one can steal it from you, you would have a better gold. And so Bitcoin is designed to be that long-term store of value. And of course, humans have been looking for a way to store their life force in a store of value for thousands and thousands of years. It's kind of part of the human dream.
What do you say to critics that worry that it will lose all of its value? Or what do you say, you know, clearly governments, some seem to be dead set against this. What do you say to them?
Well, first of all, it's the most successful technology in our lifetimes. It's grown faster and more powerfully than Google or Facebook or Apple or Amazon. And it's a network and an asset that's held by about 150 million people, and we're adding 2 million people a week. So other than the dollar and the euro, it's the most widely held monetary asset in the world. And there's every indication that nation states are embracing it.
I'm guessing this is well before the ETF. So I'm assuming it's more than 2 million people a week now.
Jerome Powell says it's a digital asset. Christina Lagarde says it's a digital asset. The head of the SEC taught a class on it. I think that people understand it's not a threat to the dollar, by the way. What's going to happen is the U.S. dollar is going to be the world reserve currency, and it's going to run on billions and billions of mobile devices. And the digital asset that underlies that currency is going to be Bitcoin.
That was probably the smartest thing he said. Like, it's not made to replace the dollar as a whole, right?
Understand, it's not a threat to the dollar, by the way. What's going to happen is the U.S. dollar is going to be the world reserve currency, and it's going to run on billions and billions of mobile devices. And the digital asset that underlies that currency is going to be Bitcoin.
Wow. I will tell you, my friends got me addicted. I'm a student. I'm learning. I'm still on the first chapter of sort of like cryptocurrency for dummies. But I can't read enough of it. I love reading your stuff.
Now, if you have a specific Bitcoin or crypto question that wasn't answered
leave it in the comments.
Comment down below. Let's all check the comments now. I will be answering.
But let's talk about your existing holdings. As I mentioned in the intro, now worth around $10 billion. You have paper gains of about 70% or so, which a lot of people would like to see that sort of.
I think this was last week, and he owns like what? MicroStrategy owns about 190,000 Bitcoin.
Of return.
Now.
At any point, would you sell? When would it make sense to take profits there?
Well, I've famously said I'm going to be buying the top forever. Bitcoin is the exit strategy. It is the strongest asset.
And by the way, if you're looking for a
no, not looking for it. Not looking for it.
which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right. There's no second best. Okay. It's not like Google and Facebook. It's not like Apple and Amazon. Yeah. We can debate Apple or Amazon. What's better? They both look like tech monopolies to me. They both look pretty good. On the other end, Bitcoin or no, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's crypto asset. This entire idea of like 60% dominance is bullshit, ridiculous, stupid, right? Like it's stupid. It's not 60% dominant. It's like 96% or 95% dominant, right? The thing, if you compare it as a crypto asset to a like kind of proof of work crypto.
This is before you had 100,000, 190,000 Bitcoin for sure.
Network, right? That's meant to be a store of value. You know, you're lucky if you can scrape together 5% of other stuff in the last bucket. So there is no real competitor.
And like always,
that's crazy. That is crazy. Well, shout out to Altcoin Daily for that. That was a good video. All right, let's recap things. See what we're looking like over here. Market is still holding where it was pretty much, 51,321. We have Ethereum over $3,000, 3,066 bucks. Let's see, near looks like that's pumping 6.16%, $3.91. Let's see, nothing else really changed, I don't think. Everything looks pretty good. You guys have any last questions before we get out of here? Maybe back to daddy duty, you guys know. Wife already left for work, so kids are up there hanging around. But yeah, I never heard of this Wi-Fi map one that he was talking about. And overall, Bitcoin, right? So I was talking to you guys about this at the beginning. Like, I'm trying to figure out what I should do. I was talking about it on Saturday Night Live with the guys. Bitcoin, like, do I take a chunk and just put, you know, savings account money into Bitcoin? Because it's almost at this point a sure thing that it's going to go past at least the all-time high, right? 69,000. I would assume it's going to hit close to 100, maybe more. And that's a 2x from here, right? If I get 2x the money in my bank account, that's way more than it's doing over in the bank account itself, right? You're lucky to get like a small percentage for your savings account, right? So I don't know, it's one of those things. It's either I diversify it into a couple different coins, or I just put it in something that's pretty much, for me, in my opinion, a sure thing that it's going to be going up, and just put it into Bitcoin. I don't know what you guys think. I put some in already. Yeah, I mean, so for the record, I own Bitcoin, right? I have Bitcoin. Okay, I have Ethereum. I have a few other coins, right? For me, it's just the fact that, like, the difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin, right? Ethereum, yeah, a lot of shit is running on it. It is it's a great project, but at the end of the day, it's infinite, right? If you guys look at it, right? You see this max supply thing right here? See this little infinite symbol? I gotta get rid of the song. That song sounds like static in my headphones. All right, so anyways, this max supply right here, that is the problem with Ethereum and the ETF for me, right? I hold some. Yes, I think it's going to go up. Yes, I think we're going to make money, and it's probably going to hit, if I had to guess, probably 5 figures or close to it when it actually starts pumping, but they can make more, right? It's kind of like the dollar. They can just print more. This Bitcoin is only 21 million ever to be created, right? There is probably 5 to 7 million lost since inception, when people just didn't keep their seed phrases or their, you know, their paper wallets or their hard drives they had the Bitcoin on, or whatever the case may be. There's shit ton lost, right? So there's only X amount of Bitcoin on the planet to ever be created. You're not going to, again, like the guy said, I forget who it was, but I can guarantee we can go to, you know, go to space and land on an asteroid and mine gold, but I can guarantee you that we can never find Bitcoin up on an asteroid. You know what I mean? Like, there's ways to get other things. There's no other way to get Bitcoin. So it's just one of those things, man. I don't know. I really gotta debate what I'm gonna do. I'm just I'm on the fence right now. I'm fence sitting, and it's a spiky fence. I'm not comfortable. Not comfortable right now. Gold can be faked, yes. Not Bitcoin. Yes, very true. All right, let's see. I reduced my 401k contributions and just dropped the difference right into BTC. Now, Curtis, that's That's probably one of the smartest things you could do, to be honest. As of right now, it's not financial advice, in my opinion. CCXD, if it was me, I would put 50% in BTC and 10% in ETH, keep 40% in cash. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to put all my cash in, but comes to a point where, again, do you want to get rich? Or, I mean, well, all right, so I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to explain my thoughts, right? So I want to, like, I have a lot in crypto that is like kind of all over different places, right? And that's enough for me to like, that's like the moonbag stuff, right? Right now for me, it's like, okay, if I can invest into something, do I buy a rental property? Or do I just buy Bitcoin? Which one's gonna pay me back and be less bullshit, right? I could potentially double my money within literally 8 months or so, a year, right? If I just put the money into Bitcoin and just wait, then sell it when it's close to double. And you know what? Listen, I didn't lose out. You know what I mean? Yep. This is when it starts. When it starts, kids are crashing my stream now. No. Can you buy this Barbie dollhouse game? No. Get out of here. In a little bit. Oh, a bluey kid just here. All right. Anyways, yeah, rentals are a lot of work. We have a rental. It's just it's a pain in the ass, to be honest. It's a pain in the ass, but I don't know. It's a sure, you know, I think Bitcoin's a sure thing. That's just me. My personal opinion. You looking at yourself? All right, I gotta get out of here, guys. Daddy duty calls. You know how it is. Hit that like button, guys. Appreciate y'all for hanging out. Jeez. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get out of here. Go see your brother. I'll be up in a minute. Oh, by the way, Scott A, I am sending this out today. Your KS0 Pro, congratulations for winning that. And yeah, I don't know. We'll get into this conversation a little bit more. I guess she likes seeing herself on the camera. Anyways, guys, have a good day. I will catch you in a bit. I think we're gonna raid Miss Teen Crypto. Is she live? Oh no, she's not gonna be live for about a half hour, but go over there, check her out. We'll raid her right now, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. Peace out.